Got to be careful with the cushy chairs in the back because some of them don't have bottoms in them.
All right, just tell me when we're ready to go.
Okay. Seriously.
You got your mic on?
Yeah, the one next to Harold.
Yes.
Give me a test. Give a test 1 2.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Try it again.
Test 1 2.
Yep, we're good.
Test 1 2. All right, ready to rock. Hello, everybody. I'd like to call our meeting to order. Welcome to the BAS April meeting. We've got quite a bit to get through, so I'll try to get through things as quickly as possible. First thing up is an eye test here on the chart. On the screen, the minutes were in the newsletter, so this is from the newsletter. So I just always include these. What I'd like you to do is just take a look at these, see if there's any corrections that we need to make, and if they seem okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting. Ralph's made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Richard, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Motion carries.
We had total disbursements of $240.84. Total deposits of $250.75. Ending balance was $3,434.18. The disbursements were $10.82 to MailChimp. That's monthly dues. We purchased some new speakers through Amazon. Was $131.08. And then the meetup.com fee. I don't know if that's quarterly or how.
That's a yearly.
It should be annual.
The fee for that was $98.94. And the total deposits were all dues of $250.75.
Okay. Thanks, Jim. Any questions? All right. We'll zip on along. Under old business, the only thing I wanted to mention from old business was the Thrasher Elementary opportunity. Do we have anybody on point for that, or is there anything else? Oh. Okay, so Ralph's trying. Okay, all right, Ralph's trying. All right, very good. Well, I know you'll let us know if you hear back, and we need to get something scheduled there. Okay, under new business, take a look at this nice, cool little logo. It's a variation of our old logo, but it's just to help everybody see that we've got some history behind us, and it's really cool. It's clean, and so that's the logo that we're going to be using going forward for now. And we can thank Matt Harbison for designing that logo, and really appreciate that. So you'll start to see it show up. I've got it here on the slideshow tonight, but also I don't know I'm sure we'll make some stickers and stuff, but we just haven't gotten to that point yet. So we just wanted to unveil this for you. It was in the newsletter, so it shouldn't be a surprise. And I see some hot pixels in here, it looks like. Those are hot pixels. That's what I was going for. Yeah, you're going for hot pixels. Yeah.
A nod to the AP.
Yeah. So anyway, that's fantastic. Matt, thank you so much for putting that together. That's awesome. Matt does a ton of stuff behind the scenes, folks. Okay, one of the things that we're doing is we're doing a Galaxy Challenge. This is sponsored through the U.S. Astronomical League. And you know, one of the things is we're starting to get back outdoors, and we're starting to do activities again. This has just been really something cool for us to work on as we get out, like go to Cloudland and whatever. And so we've got a couple of overachievers here. And the first one was Richard, and there's 22 targets, and I think he did 21. He left one off just because he can't get to it.
Yeah, it was under the horizon.
Yeah.
Below the horizon.
Yeah. So what I'd like to do tonight is just recognize Richard for his accomplishment. Also John Sadler, but I don't see John here. But again, Matt Harbison designed these cool little acrylic pens, and you can look at them later. But I'd like to present you with your pen.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. That's awesome. First one in the club. And
fourth one in the country.
fourth one in the country. Wow. Well, you ought to get 2 pens, but we're only giving you 1. And we'll make sure John gets his, but that is just so awesome. I hope to be handing out more pens. I got a bag full here. And so hope to be handing out more as we continue on. If you haven't signed up for the challenge, you can still do that. There's no deadline to signing up. There is a deadline, but I think it goes to June or something.
July 1st.
Yeah, at the end.
29th, June 30th.
Yeah,
You have to
turn everything in.
Yeah.
but you got plenty of time, and you only have to do what, 12 out of 22? 10? Just 10? 12.
I think it's 12.
12. So it's a great opportunity to get to learn the sky. That's the reason for doing it. And it just great. So if you're a newer member, I really encourage you to get involved in this. And we're going to be doing more of these. These are really cool, and it's great involvement. And we'll talk more about this later, but we want to have more of the club only, society only star parties at Cloudland Canyon. I know a lot of you guys, Richard, you knocked out a bunch of yours that night. And it's just a fabulous way for us to, fellowship and tackle things like this. So anyway, enough said about that, but again, congratulations. That's wonderful. Okay. Just a reminder that we are going to be having elections next month for our elected officers. And that'll be for president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So you'll see the list of incumbents pretty much, I think, is carrying over. Everyone has agreed to serve another year, and there haven't been any challengers or anybody. I'm out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of my mind.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
Yeah. So at any rate, right now it looks like all the officers have agreed to serve another year, which I think is great. We got a good team.
Let's talk about term limits.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the old saying? If nominated, I will not run. If
Nominated will not run, if elected will not serve.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway, just want to make sure that you're aware of that will be next month. So please be aware. Okay. Also, now I know you can't read this, and I basically put this here for Matt, because Matt's going to come up and talk about this, but involvement. One of the things that we talked about last month in the newsletter was, or in our meeting, was communication. And this month we want to talk a little bit about involvement. We've got a lot of new members coming in, and we want to get you involved. We want you involved to help us. We've got several openings. And so Matt, you want to come up and just kind of talk us through this a little bit?
Do I need
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. 1 second.
It's not on. Okay, just click on with the switch. And
We're high tech now, so
Or we're high on tech.
yeah, something like that.
figuring this stuff out was not easy. Okay,
Switch to flip it on.
testing. Ned, can you hear me? You can hear Ned. You good? Okay. So hello, everybody. I'm Matt Harbison. I'm a member at large. Just kind of like to work behind Let me just use your mic for a second. And hand that back over. Okay, everybody, can you hear me now? Okay, so we have a lot of good systems in place right now. And I just want to start by saying, here's who's doing what right now. We have a newsletter editor, that's Bobby Thompson, and Bobby has rolled with the changes over the last probably year as we've moved from an old system to a new digital system, and it's tricky. And kudos to Bobby for figuring this out. There's no way I could not have expected it to be better. You've done a great job. And so Bobby's got us up and going on that, and I really appreciate it. Ralph McConnell, always great. Your programs that you see, that takes a lot of work, and Ralph's always calling people and getting people lined up. Kevin Hahn has jumped on board to do the 100-year committee. That's traditionally a committee chaired by our vice president. It was chaired by David Frost, and now it's chaired by Kevin Hahn. And that was part of the reason for getting the logo going. We're at the place where we need to start branding and need to start getting stuff out there. So Kevin's going to jump on board, take some of our ideas that have already been placed in the forum. If you're not on the forums, let us know. We'll get you in there. The tech and streaming committee is Chris and myself. We've been working through all of this to try and broadcast and do live meetings, and we've successfully done it a couple of times. So thank you, Chris. He's a whiz. He's forgot more about computers than I've ever known. The website, we have a new website director. That is Kai Jansen. He's jumped on board and is working through all of the problems on the website. We're going to be rolling out some changes to that, maybe even rebranding it and doing some different things. Publicity is empty. We need somebody to help us advertise. I'm normally the one on Facebook throwing stuff out there, but it would be great if somebody else says, hey, I'm good at this. I could do it. We would love to give you the keys to the kingdom, per se, and spread the wealth. Membership, it would be fantastic if we had somebody who could keep track of who is doing what in the society and getting people involved, letting people know who's a part of what committee and asking them to serve. Just somebody who keeps that in mind. It's not really a particularly hard job. It's just somebody paying attention to it. Advertising, again, it would be fantastic if we had somebody that could jump in, help us advertise to the parks, to Cloudland Canyon, to Harrison Bay, to Facebook, get stuff to our Facebook folks, get stuff to our newsletter committee. And then maybe the biggest thing we need right now, we're in desperate need of, is onboarding our new members. Gerald, how long have you been a member now? Month and a half, and he's here. So we caught him fast. Kat, how long have you been a member now? Last October. And I know there's new faces in here. I'm not going to pull you out right now, but I know there's new people in here. And we want to be able to bring everybody on board and show them where they go and what they do and answer any questions they have. In the past, they walk in, it's just kind of nebulous. Like, you have no idea who's in charge and you have no idea how it works. We want to change that. We want everybody to recognize somebody. We're going to get this person would be in charge of turning in name tags and helping us get name tags. That's another thing the membership would do, is get the name tags together. Not a hard thing, just something that takes, maybe an hour a week, maybe 2 hours. So if you would be interested in helping, please let us know. We're at the place where we need help. Lots of new people. Don't think I can't do that. You can certainly do it. Just let myself or David or any of the leadership know. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Matt. As you can see, we've got plenty of opportunities here for you to get plugged in. Just, you don't have to know anything about those areas. We can help you. So if you have an interest and want to get plugged in to really helping us make BAS go again, this would be a great way. We'd love to have you. So these were in the newsletter as well. So go back and look at your newsletter and just kind of think about areas where you might want to help. Okay, any discussion about that?
So if you were interested in helping, who?
You contact myself or Matt.
Oh, okay.
We'll get you plugged in. We talk quite a bit. Okay, we're going to move to, actually, let me check our time. Yeah, we're good. Tom, you want to wait till next month?
Okay, sure.
I just think we're going to be, well, heck, no, go ahead. Just go ahead. It's too good a news to keep quiet.
I think I fixed this mic.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tom's got something that he wants to share with us tonight. Pretty cool.
Okay, well, I hope everybody thinks this is good news. Can you hear?
Yep.
Well, what the news is the Bernard Atlas has been recovered. Both volumes.
Really?
Oh, where? Who? Who had it?
Okay, I'll tell you what I know on it.
Was I right?
Leonard, what's his last name?
We know who you are. That's okay.
Before he died, gave it to Hal McAllister and said it was our Astronomical Society's copy, and essentially told Hal to do what he wanted to with it. And a few months ago, Hal passed it on to me, and so where it is now is in Maryville. I took some books up to a book restore rebinder, and I wanted to get his opinion on what should be done with it, which we can go into some other time. But anyway, that's where it is now, and he's looked at it and gave me some information. But anyway, both volumes are complete. There is some damage that we need to take care of, or not take care of, depending on what we want to do. But it is back in our possession now, and just in time for 100th anniversary.
That's great. So would you take a moment and tell all of us youngsters what the Bernard Atlas is?
Okay, it is an atlas of photographs of the Milky Way. That actually the complete title is an atlas of selected regions of the Milky Way. And it was photographs taken by E.E. Barnard in the early 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2 volumes. The first volume is essentially photographs with some pages with description on it, but they're essentially 8x10 size photographs, actual photograph prints mounted into the book itself on a some type of textile basing. And I think there's 52 of them, 50 something.
Only 700 of them paid originally.
Right. There were 700 of them printed in 1927 by the Carnegie Institute.
And he handpicked every picture.
Well, yeah. So it's a good thing. It's a rare book.
Yeah.
It was reprinted in 1 volume format a few years ago, either by, I think it was Cambridge University, or might have been Oxford, one or the other.
Georgia Tech.
No.
Georgia Tech digitized it. It's online.
Georgia Tech did.
Yeah, but this is an actual
Okay,
book
yeah.
that was printed. They combined everything into 1 volume, and obviously it doesn't have the photographic prints, just printed pictures. But
What a cool piece of history, though. That's
but
just
we have wanted
amazing.
it back for a long, long time, and we have it now.
That's good. That's good. So what we'll do, yeah, that's great news. That's great news. So what we'll do is I'll get with Tom, and we'll talk about how we want to move forward and trying to get it restored and what we want to do with it. You know, I'm already thinking about, I mean, he told me this right before the meeting. So my wheels are already turning about, you know, that 100-year anniversary, man, that's next year. So the timing is right to, you know, let that thing see the light of day again. So we'll have to sort that out, but just the great news. Thanks, Tom.
Did you tell me about our library that you have?
Oh, I still have all the books that were.
Yeah, they're
That-
60 or 70 or so. Yeah.
I'm not sure how many. There's about 5 or 6 boxes, good sized boxes of books that I've had in storage since we.
There are old books that were donated by past members and also part of the Clarence Jones Library too, and Llewellyn Evans,
Okay.
Lancaster.
Yeah. Well, so
All
we may
right.
want to think about what to do with all.
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
books.
Exactly.
But
Okay.
but the jewel in the crown was the.
Yes, absolutely. That's great. That's great. Thanks for that news. Okay, so that's all of our new business. Let's talk about upcoming events. Okay, so tomorrow night is the usual Friday night at Harrison Bay State Park. However, it is Good Friday, and we haven't really heard from the park. They're like operating on like no help out there. They're just so stretched. So it hasn't been advertised. If someone wants to be the point person for the party, it would just be members. So if someone here wants to say, hey, yeah, I'll go out there and be in charge, cool. If you want to go out there, I would say just go out to our normal spot, set up, and if a ranger comes by and goes, hey, what are you doing? Then we're going to pretend we don't even know who you are. No, just tell them you're with BAS, and that's our normal night for star parties. It'll be all good, but it's not really something that we're doing as a club function because we just don't have the appropriate.
Weather looks terrible.
The weather's like 90% chance of rain.
Yeah, well, so it's a no-brainer. Okay, so now let's go to the 23rd of April, the Bowman Hills School. This is an opportunity for a solar event. Matt is the point person for this. Okay, so they're going to do a solar event. They got several kids in at the school that they want to be able to show them the sun. And they're studying the sun right now in science class. And so Matt's agreed to take a scope up there. So anyone who is interested in helping with that, if you have a solar scope and you want to go, I think they're talking about how many kids?
It's they said between 150 and 200, but it's broken into classes. So Ralph and I did that ourselves at Hickson. So it's doable. They're going to bring them through in shifts between 10 and 12. And the moon is up. I picked that day because the moon's up it'll be nice and in the sky. So if you don't have a solar scope and you want to help, bring your dog, you can look at the moon.
Yeah.
So maybe if it's clear, we can show them the moon and the sun, but just let me know.
Okay, that's a Saturday?
No, it's,
That is,
April 23rd, I believe, is a Saturday.
well, then that's the wrong
that's the
date.
wrong day then. Hang on. We'll come back to it. Go to the next one.
Okay. So the next event we have is Cloudland Canyon. May the 7th, we're starting our first Saturday nights at Cloudland Canyon again.
Tuesday, April 26th.
Tuesday, April 26th. My apologies for having the date wrong. I obviously got faulty information. No.
You got the first round.
Saturday, the 23rd.
Lots of moving parts.
Yeah. So at any rate, let's jump back now. So that's Tuesday, 26th of April. Let's jump back to Cloudland Canyon. We're starting the monthly events again. If you were not at Cloudland Canyon last month or this month, this month, gee, a couple of weeks ago, it was great. We had probably 100-ish visitors, and they were all very appreciative. Just really had a great time. I think everybody is just ready to get outside and do stuff,
The best part was we had 20 members.
Yeah, we had 20 members there. Chris?
Is there any chance we can convince them to open up the bathrooms just as a complaint hearing from the public? Any chance?
We might get it with
We
Joe.
can
and
try.
Ask Joe to
Yeah.
make that
Just-
request for us.
That was it's something I heard the public.
Yeah.
mention,
I know.
and they would definitely
Yeah, and I think we created a couple of extra hiking trails right around there that night.
Normally, when we've done this in the past, they have been open.
Yeah,
So I think we can expect at some point it's going to be, that's going to be
Yeah.
a thing.
They told us that it was going to open on Monday. So I guess we just were.
yeah,
They may have to go in and do some work because it was winterized or something like that, closed over the
Yeah.
winter, and that's why.
But as I said earlier, we want to continue having member-only events there. And so when we see that the weather is going to be good, we'll make the call down there and see if we can get a Friday or Saturday night that we can go down there. They're pretty open to that, and it's just fabulous times down there. So it's a little bit of a hike down there, a little haul, but it's good stuff. Okay, our next BAS meeting is May the 12th, and it'll be here. So look forward to that. That's all I have for events. Did I miss anything, Matt? Is that pretty much it? Okay. All right. Is there anything else that needs to be brought before the group tonight? Chris?
Another thing to tack onto our public events. I think a lot of my friends think I'm part of like a MLM or a pyramid scheme because how often I'm wanting to get them to come out to these, never shut up about it. But they are saying that they could really use like one pagers on how to get there. Like if we could, I think the actual Cloudland Canyon might actually on their map have a good sense of it, but I thought that would be a good idea to put up on the page, a one pager on.
That's a great idea. You know, that was the one problem we had this past that, you know, we got great press. If you didn't see it in the, what is it called? The Dade County Sentinel. Yeah. And, you know, got a lot of press from that. Nice article. And it's at Cloudland Canyon State Park. And I can't tell you the number of people that I talked to who said, we could have used some directions. We were just kind of wandering around, you know, and finally ended up here.
That's
and
why
so
we need somebody to help with advertising.
yeah. So that was a little bit of a problem, but all in all, it was a great turnout. And again, to your point, yes, we just need help to make sure that we are getting think about these kinds of things and execute on it. So, okay. If there's nothing else, Bobby?
These two just brought up, since if they get to Cloudland Canyon, they don't know where to go. I wonder if we could have signs telling where the start party is.
Well, that's what we're just talking about. Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
I was listening to them.
yeah. I don't know that we can do signage there, but we can make sure that we have something posted on our website, on Facebook with, you know, that so that people know, our members know at least where our observing sites are. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Some hard copies at the ranger station.
Yeah, could be.
Even if they're closed, we can maybe.
And that
leave it in
Exactly.
the mail or something.
turn up, can you put just like a sign?
Well, that's what we were saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we certainly recognize it's an issue. Okay, so and when we want to address it at Harrison Bay, we solved that problem.
We have signs.
We have signs for Harrison Bay, but we don't for Cloudland. So we'll work on that. Okay. All right. If there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the business meeting, and we will go into our program. So moved. Okay. All right, Tom and Ralph, and we're done. So let me introduce our program. Dr. Richard Clements is going to talk about
We got to reset.
what?
We got
Yeah.
But announce it.
Yeah, I'll
Say we're
announce
gonna
it.
Have a little bit.
Blurry